And we're live. Good evening, everyone. We're here tonight with Kire, Bast, and Gabby, and David Non-Origin. Welcome. How are you?
Hey.
So great to see you both.
Hi. Hello.
And can I say that this is the first time that you both meet in, virtual live talk and you see each other? Is that correct?
Yeah. Really nice.
Wow. Exciting. Wonderful. So exciting to run this behind the screens with you guys. And I'm going to let David give a quick intro about Non-Origin and this series, and then we'll dive into this talk together. Okay, David, after you.
Cool. Hi, everyone. I'm David Moore, one of the co-founders of Known Origin. Basically, we are a digital arts platform built on the Ethereum blockchain, one of the fastest growing arts platforms in the space. We're bringing on new artists all the time. We're discovering new talent, and we're showcasing some of the best crypto art in the scene. Today, we have Gabby and Kitty with us. I've had the pleasure of meeting Kitty before. She's an emerging star in the scene. The work that they do is a combination of like these powerful female figures adorned with these incredible kind of body art. And I still don't know how they do this artwork. Is it Procreate? Is it Photoshop and Illustrator? Is it oil on canvas and then photo manipulation? So I'm super excited to see kind of how this work's produced, what their inspirations are, any future collabs they've got coming up. I absolutely love this collaboration that's out there. So I'm going to let Serena do her thing for behind the screens. Please follow knownorigin_.io on Twitter and leave any comments and messages there. I'll get them back to the guys and we'll get some questions and answers at the end. But have a great night. I will be on the live stream kind of chatting to everyone. Enjoy it and speak soon. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, David. See you soon. Bye. Okay, so it's so good to meet you both. I'm so excited. Actually, guys, I was looking at your art and I was thinking I definitely want to talk with you and find out more about your collaboration and have the pleasure to meet you in here tonight. So, and I know there's already quite a few people watching, so welcome everybody. You're most welcome to leave comments, questions as we go through this live, so feel free to chat with us. And yes, so as you know, Gabby and Kitty had a recent collaboration, and I'm very excited to present it tonight with you. So I'm just gonna share it on the screen here because I know Gabby has got it on the screen. Here you go. And I would love for you to give us a quick intro about yourself and also to tell us more about your recent collaboration and how did that work out. So Gabby, after you, do you want to give us a quick intro about yourself?
Okay. Hi, everyone. It's so good to be here. Thank you, Serena. Thank you, the Now Origin team. And it's great to be here. So I'm Gabby, or CECHK, or whatever you call my nickname. I'm from Brazil, and I'm a digital artist, and I just like to paint and do art. So that's about me. And this collab with Kitty was amazing. I have the time of my life doing it. It was so fun, and I hope you all liked it.
Amazing, thank you. And Kitty, welcome and nice to meet you. Here you go. Yes, we can hear now. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm a bit nervous because there's a lot of people watching it.
Don't worry. This is just us having a chat, no problem. And yes, I just want to know more about you. What about you, Bast? David told me that you guys had a chance to meet before, so I'm assuming you are in the UK?
Yeah, I'm from Manchester, and I had a studio with the Manchester School of Art, which is literally like right next to the Known Origin studio.
Oh wow! So you guys are neighbours.
Yeah, so and then I've gone to meet them there, and it was so cool to meet them. They're so lovely, But I did my degree, my master's in fine art there as well at Manchester School of Art. And I'm due to go back actually to the studios to focus on my fine art practice. As obviously I'm going to keep up with the digital art as well. But like a bit about me, I love like aerial view and pole. That sounds a bit to some, but they're my hobbies. I absolutely love animals. I've got 2 cats. I did have a dog, but there's 2 cats. Obviously, I have a background in tattooing. Like I am a tattooist. I just don't do it as much as I used to because I've just sunk my head really into art because that's my true love. And yeah, I did Art Battle Manchester twice. That's another thing. That was really fun. Stuff like that. But yeah, I love art.
That's great. And I saw you've got some tattoo as well on your hand. Did I see that right? Wow.
So beautiful.
Can you show it to us? Did you do that yourself? Did you make that yourself?
Yeah, I actually did these when I was practicing on my apprenticeship.
Oh.
So these are all practice tattoos. So they call this my gaming arm because it's got things like Shadow Colossus on it and that I drew on it and just games from the PlayStation and things like that. Mm-hmm. But I've got those on my body, but I'd be getting undressed and everything, and it's not a good idea.
And I also know Gabby, I know she has a painting that she made recently that I can see in the background. Gabby, you were telling me last night about it. How was that created? Is that your first painting, you were saying?
It was my first acrylic paint. I never painted in acrylics before, so I went to the art store and I just bought some canvases, and I just saw that the blue that I like, that's a blue like very striking, and I bought it because I like those colors, and I say, let's try it, and I did it. I don't know if I like it yet, but I don't know. I never like anything I do like in the time, just before or after.
And can you show it to us? Can you bring it next to the camera so that we can see it up close? And yes, I'm loving everyone's comment. Wow.
It's quite small, really. It's not so big.
Is that a self-portrait or? No.
It's just I wanted to like do a glitched effect, I think, but I don't know if I quite achieved that on my painting because acrylics are very plastic. You know, I never really worked with them, so I just kind of getting to know the paintings and trying to do it.
Of course, yeah, that's interesting, and I'd love to see more of what you'll come up with, you know, painting with acrylics. And I would love for you now, because I know everyone's waiting for this, to tell us more about the collaboration that you did, guys, because I know this is something that people want to hear more about it, and then also you've got it now available on Known Origin. So I'm just gonna show it to you on screen if I find a way to do it. Oh, there you go. Managed to. And yes, so first of all, how did you get to meet online? Because I'm curious to know about that, because I know Gabby is based in Brazil and Kitty is in Manchester. So how did you guys meet each other? Was it on Twitter or Known Origin? How did that happen?
A lot of it was on Twitter, wasn't it? Commenting on each other's things, didn't we? It started off there.
Yeah, I think we follow each other. I always liked Kitty's artworks. I always thought that I had like a connection with them. I could identify myself in them. I could like feel something in them. So I don't remember how we actually met.
I was always, I think, like, it was for me, I was like comments like to my work where I was she was always dead happy to see what I'd done, and it was just used to make me smile. Like, I call you, I call you CECHK as like a nickname in my head. I don't know how to pronounce your name.
How do you pronounce it? Yeah.
I let people pronounce it because I don't even know. It's kind of like a joke on my surname. It's like checking in Portuguese, and my friends always make jokes because of checking in an airport or something like that. So it's quite silly. And I didn't want to put my name on Twitter because I don't know, and I just thought about it and just put it like that.
You actually make me think a few times when writing it, because sometimes I get letters wrong, and I was like, okay, I need to do this carefully now. And Kiri, can you tell us about your name? Is that your name? Is that a nickname that you use? What's your artist identity?
Well, yeah, sorry if it is a bit fuzzy this night. I kind of have a noise, but I'm not sure why it's happening. So, yeah, but basically, no, my name is actually Katie Shevlin. But I wanted to try and hide that identity a bit in crypto art, but it's kind of not now, so it doesn't matter. But I came up with the name Kitty Bast because obviously, to me, it was Katie. I saw it as cat, Kitty, and I love cats. And then Bast, and Bast obviously is a cat, but like the Egyptian, like the goddess. I really love that. I love that Bast. So it's named after that because she see her as like I don't want to say like relating to women and things like that.
Super. And you guys said that you've met on Twitter. You were following each other, and then you sort of liked each other's works. You got to follow, explore, and then ended up doing this collaboration. So how did it start, the collaboration? Did one of you make the drawing first, and then the other one sort of followed on that? Or what was the process, and what kind of technique did you use?
Sorry.
Like, can you go first? You can go first. No problem.
Sorry, would you just... I didn't quite capture all of it.
Yeah, sure. I was interested, in this work. I was curious to know who started first, or if you started together. What was the process and technique that you used, and how did that come to life?
Yeah, basically, it started off as in my head as I thought, right, I have these urges to mark the body in my own images. It started off like that, and I've just got this, like in my fine art practice, it's inspired by that. So like I treat the canvas as a body and attack it that way. So, but I don't show a lot of that stuff. So it's kind of inspired by that stuff, the body itself and my body. But then like I thought, well, I would love to how do I explain this? Like I would love to let other artists take over a body that I created. So almost like giving another artist a blank canvas body, without an identity, and then they put their identity onto it by marking the body, and it transforms it and changes it. So obviously it started with Cult Bits, then Caroline, and now CECHK. And but I basically, sorry to answer the actual question, I had to just start off by painting a blank canvas lady in Procreate, and so I paint that, and then I pass that over to the artist to add their story onto it.
So then you pass this on to CECHK, Gabby, and what happened then? What did you do? What did you see?
So I saw the other collaborations Kitty had with the same concept, and I found so it's so amazing what she did, because this concept of the body as a canvas, I think that is a really powerful thing. And in my part, I just tattooed her basically, and I tried to like give a bit of my personality to her, and I always like to create characters in what I do. So her, I was so inspired by like cyberpunk and like the crypto culture in general, like Ethereum, and just the craziness of being in it. And
in this place, yes.
yeah, and so I try to like give a personality to her, because it's like it's a doll, like, and Kitty gives us so much freedom to express what you want on her canvas, and that's really great, because in the process of doing it, I was talking to her, and like we are sharing ideas and sharing the process and bits of the tattoos. So like I just did some things on her body. Some tattoos is just like decorative to just give this impression of power and just like she is a goddess. She's like a powerful being. And the concept was it's like I read some books like Neuromancer and some literature like that, and I just thought that that's so cool, the concept of it's like a being navigating the matrix. And I thought about the Ethereum network, and just like I thought she was a cipher, she was deciphering things in the matrix. It's kind of like that. And I tried to putting her to some things that I like. So this, you can see this wheelbarrows in her arm. It's from a poem that I like from William Carlos Williams called The Red Wheelbarrow, and some other things on her, like the Ethereum tattoo symbolizing the Ethereum network that gives so much power to a lot of artists, and principally women artists. And let me see. Some tattoos like just references music and things I liked when I was a teenager. And I wanted to give her like a sense of like cringiness, you know, when you're a teenager and you're like, oh my God, I'm so different from everyone. And I wanted her to be like, she is different, but this character is proud of that, because a lot of people mock teenage girls because they want to be like different. And I wanted to, I don't know, embody it on her. I don't know if it makes sense.
Yeah. No, yeah, it does. I love this story, and I love to find out more about all the tattoos and how actually the design, the shape that Kitty has created, and these vision that you both share about, you know, bringing an image that is a cult somehow in itself of a young age, but also looking forward to next generation and what the crypto and the Ethereum space is actually creating, and what the human of the future look like, especially a female figure. So I think it's very powerful, and I much love these work. There's so much meanings in what you guys have created. There's a few questions that are here, and one is if the work is all digital. Kitty, do you want to tell us about how you made them? How did you make a start on this work?
Yeah, it is all digital. Like as far as when I pass it to, you know, for me it's all digital. Yeah. So it's all
and and can you tell us more about the technique that you used? How did you draw it? Or
so I will use I don't know how to explain that. So obviously I will use references of the body images, obviously, to get the right kind of the look I want to go for and that. I will use like I actually use painting brushes, so like Sargent oil painting brushes, to give it a bit of a painting feel. But I have I'd say I have a bad habit with smoothing things out a bit too much. I'm a bit too trying to perfect things, but it obviously works. But and then I can't. There's not much. I mean, and then obviously I'll go for things like adding like bits of things, but then in these collab ones, I'm really just, I think, giving them a blank, more of a blank thing. I'll add like maybe a colour to the background or some hair and things in their eyes, maybe, but not, and then they can tweak that if they want, because I really want their story to transfer onto that body. And it's like when Chet was talking about it, you know, it's like you can really see how, like when she's trying to explain what to put on the body, you can really see how like her identity is like talking about it. Sorry, go off onto other things because I'm not.
It's great.
I do use a reference, and I'll use Sargent painting brushes in digital, and I will just paint. Obviously, not.
I think it's so interesting because nowadays people are trying new ways of creating, especially with the lockdown. I think being indoors, it means that maybe you are not able to go into a physical studio and experiment with, you know, colors and real, you know, objects that you would use, whether you sculptures or painting or any type of art you create. So having digital tools and explaining others how actually you created it is so powerful, because then you also open up a whole world that it is very much niche, you know, I would say. Even though more and more people are shifting towards a more digitalized art experience. That's more questions coming through. I wanted to ask Gabby as well how she produced the tattoos and which kind of technique he used. You said these are all digital. How did you make them on the body?
Yeah, we actually have a video of the process we made.
Oh, fantastic! You want it? Yeah, you want to show it to us?
Oh my God, I don't know how to show it.
I can find it for you. If you send me a link, I can show it here. If you send me a link in the chat. So, in the meantime, I can ask some more questions. Maybe Katie can answer that. Do you use 3D software? Angie is asking.
Well, yeah. No, sorry. What it is, I have been asked that so many times. Is it 3D? Do I use 3D? I don't use any 3D. I just paint it. I literally paint digitally. Everything that I do is painted digitally. But like I said, I haven't really shown my fine art practice, which is physical, like body painting. So I haven't shown that. I plan to.
Thank you. And I'm not gonna disturb Gabby because I know she's looking for the videos.
I'm just gonna send it on the chat.
Okay, great, cool. I'll just carry on with some more questions, and I'll grab on the video now. How much time did it take to produce? Gabby?
For me, I took like 3 weeks to finish it because I just like had to do it in separate times. I couldn't sit down and like work on it from like hours. So I don't know how many time I took it because I don't keep track, but it's like I just sketched it first and then I just choose a painterly brush to match with Katie's because she uses like a lot of texture, like brush texture that I like very much. In my other paintings, I like to use this kind of brushes too, and I just did it. Did it.
That's good. There's a few more questions, but before I ask you that, I will show the videos. I'm just going to share it here on my screen. So I won't be able to see you for a moment, but you'll be able to see the screen. And here we go. So I'm just going to play the video, but we'll be able to hear each other. And can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Super. So maybe you guys can tell us about the process that we're going to be seeing now on screen. So Kitty, that was you, I suppose, creating the figure, the shape of the body.
Yeah. Yep.
How did that process go? How did it feel? Did you have any form of inspiration when you made this? What was your vision when you were creating this?
It's hard because I think it's this part's already decided. It's just probably about when you're doing it, maybe it's more about exploring the body with the paint.
Mm-hmm.
So you're exploring all those shapes when you're painting, and obviously I'm trying to get them in a certain way. And sometimes, believe it or not, it can take quite a long time if there's just one part on the body that's taking the mick, if you like. And it's like, and it's got to be reworked and deleted quite a lot of times. Like, it's just for me to get that right. To be honest, but yeah, this is separate.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And these tattoos, tell us all about it, because there's so many of them.
Oh my God!
Symbols?
Yeah.
What are the main symbols and stories? Let me know if you want me to stop the video and talk about specific tattoos.
No, you can go. Kitty's great. Did a great work with all her dolls, and all her artworks are so beautifully crafted. And I just wanted to say it because I love them. Yeah, the concept was that like a cyber witch, and like it's like a feminist symbol because we had like a lot of discussions about feminism and things like that, and I think the symbol itself is so controversial. It's how you talk it, and I just wanted to add it just to add the edginess to her. Like she wears it like a badge, and the character doesn't care about it. And so the other tattoos are like some flowers because I got inspired by some movies that I watched, like from Mika Nigakawa. She uses a lot of flowers, and I wanted to incorporate in her. There's a Latin scripture on her. I forgot how you name it. This thing.
Chest. Yeah.
Yeah, the chest.
Here. Yeah.
I don't remember.
What does it say? I couldn't read it.
Is it saying? Can you pause it? Just to...
Yes. I'm gonna try and grab the. And there's a QR code. Angon, tell us about the QR code first.
The QR code is just a silly thing that I added because I think QR codes are cool. They look so cool, and I embedded a screenshot of a series that I like that is called Mr. Robot, and it's just a screenshot saying "404 not found." So it's just a joke.
Wow. So can you actually scan the? Oh, here we go. I've posed the.
You can, but it's like some of the sides is a bit like I chop it off, so I don't know if you can actually scan it.
Scan the QR code. Yeah. We'll have to try.
So, oh my God, I forgot to include here the translation of what I wrote on her, but I did some Latin class on my university. It's like something like we come from the shadows and to the shadows. No shadows. It's like I forgot the word. It's like, oh my God.
Does it say umbra here? So it's like shadow. It's like umbra.
Yeah.
It's like the.
It's talking about.
Am I reading it correctly in Latin?
Yes. Let me show here.
So did you guys collaborate on the work together at the same time. So you were doing the tattoos, and then Kiri was doing the actual the body and the hair, the background. So were you collaborating at the same time, or one of you did the first part and then somebody carried on? How was that? How did that work? Did you cross over, or was it just one did the first layout and then carried on? Or yeah, I'm just curious about that. And I love these eyes. So somebody commented before. Yes, the eyes are so powerful. Okay, I'm getting back on screen now.
I think what it is with the collaboration part, like I obviously do the lady, the body, right? But I just kind of, once I pass it on to the artist, I want them to have that freedom, so they really strike through on that. So it's theirs to do what they want to do with that.
Mm-hmm. And I'm just sharing some comments here because there've been more coming through. So I'm just sharing them here on screen. That's so many of you watching. Thank you. And yes, feel free to send questions through. Yeah, so Gerardo is asking, what do you prefer, digital or analog? And that's a question for you both.
Oh, I prefer digital.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to go traditional.
What do you love about digital art or digital creating?
Oh, I think it's the freedom of it. You can create anything. Like, I'm trying to learn Blender, so like just with a free program you can like do anything you want. You just have to learn how to do it. So it's quite like the traditional part of it, but like in digital you have these tools and it's so much, I think, crazier than reality. You can just like go with the flow and just go.
Yeah. I guess you have the freedom of, create as many times as you want without worrying that you'll have to use as many canvases to create the painting. But maybe I'm wrong. Kiri, what are your thoughts on that? Digital or analog?
From like spending years doing like painting, sculpture, installation stuff, like I absolutely love it. I love to get my hands, and I am such a messy, I'm sorry, I am so messy when it comes to like physically doing things. The art tutors used to tell me off, and was like, when you've been in the room, it's like, but like what I love about digital is that it's so clean, and like Chet said, you're free as well, because it's like there's also no mess to like clean up. Do you know what I mean? There's no mess to be made, but you can just, it's all a lot neater and cleaner. I like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And I think, coming from a tattoo background, it's great to know that something that you have created is actually there to stay, which is also somehow the concept of digital art, and the fact that with crypto, we now have an immutable history that we can share with others and share ownership. And it's great. But I see these two feel like tattoo, because I see so many tattoo artists recently joining the crypto space, which is, something that I think nobody expected really. And to see so many cool references in terms of creating something immutable on skin and something immutable on chain. I don't know. It's just, I see these two things actually going hand to hand. So it's great to hear from artists that have that kind of background. I would love now for you to guys tell me a few more words about your personal work and what is coming up next, whether you guys are planning to do more collaborations or if you're developing different projects. So I would love to hear more about what's coming up for you guys. Kiri, what's next?
I'm sorry, the cats are like really fighting in the background, so I apologise if you hear these noises and stuff like that. One day they just rolling in, like, sorry. What's next? There's a lot of things. I'm obviously taking these collabs further. I want them to keep going so that people can, put their stories on our and carry that on. But I'm also, the next thing is, I am going to do some of my physical painting work, which I work on a large scale, and I do want to try and sell them with NFTs and things like that, as well as carrying on with my digital, but in the same way, So there's a crossover as well. But I've more of these ladies to come, obviously. There's just loads of things I can't read on the top of my head. There's just so many things going on right now.
Yeah, I have to say I'm a big fan of your work, and I was checking out your page on Origin and on your social media, and your work is really, I don't know, very attractive in a way, and tells us a lot about society and the image that we portray about ourselves. So, I don't see just the female figure here, but I see like all of us sort of living through this time, being very well represented in the art that you create. So that's how I feel when I see your work. I just see it as a mirror where you can look through with no fear and actually read your mind and your soul in what you create. So I found them so, powerful.
I'm glad that that message is coming straight out there. And getting that.
Yeah. I have a question for you, Kitty. Have you ever done a male model canvas for a collab?
Have I ever painted like a male figure for a collab?
Yeah.
No, I haven't. And it's not that because I don't like men or anything like that. It's not that. It's not, honestly. I like men as well as women, honestly. It's. I think it's because maybe I can't relate to a male's body, obviously. Maybe that I think that's why I enjoy to paint ladies, because I'm not saying I look like one of these, one on it, but I would paint female body or anything to do with female body, but I would do a male one if somebody wanted me to do that.
Interesting. Thank you for sharing that. And Gabby, what's next for you? What are you planning to do next?
So, a lot of things. I'm trying to. I have some plans for a new series, but I'm not disclosing anything because I didn't start it yet. I just have the sketches. So, but it's gonna go off this concept of trying to embody a little bit of our culture of this cyberpunk and crypto sides of things, and with a little bit of references from things that I like Akira, Ghost in the Shell, and things like that. And some other things too. I have.
Okay, let me. Can I show your screen, Gabby? Is that okay? Because I can see some images that you're sharing here. Is that okay? Cool.
It's okay. This one is a new collab with Mighty 33. Is as an NFT album, and I did the cover of it. So I'm proud of this drawing. So I'm showing it to you. And
that's beautiful.
This is the cover, and and I have some other things planned, but it's just plans still, and I don't know how to talk about them, but it's really exciting.
We'll just guys have to follow you on Twitter and social media and find out more about what you're up to, I guess.
Yeah, and I just have this one on our Origin too.
So maybe that's a good one for running if you're looking for a portrait, a male portrait. Maybe
Yeah.
that's a good one.
Yeah. It's called
I saw
River.
this one. Yeah, tell us about the work. What does it mean? Is it like in water? Is that blood? What is it? Tell us the story.
Oh my god! Here, I catched my sketchbook. It's like this is from a sketch that I have. It's like
Let me show it
from
on screen.
I don't know. Are you seeing it?
Yeah, yes.
And this one is like from 2 years ago, and it's like the sketch. It's very different from the final artwork because, like 3 years ago, I wasn't like studying so much, and my anatomy was a little like yeah. And this year, I was able to study more, and my aim is not like to represent like super accurately what is a human body, but yeah, this is a river, and he's like the concept was like he is sad and miserable, and this is a river that this character goes to like wash his hands, so that's why like this pink red thing is going out of his hands because he's like just I don't know, your hand like just goes in the water and kind of like goes. I don't know how to say it.
Wash out.
Yeah, like go with.
Is it like more? Is it like more like a ritual, or is it more like an actual action of cleaning? How do you see that?
I think it can be both. Like just like when you're like in a bad place and you need something to wash you, to like take things from you that makes you feel sad or makes you feel miserable, and like yeah, and I didn't want to like paint his face. Like I don't want it to detail it because I like this thing of having your face like obscured by something. Like you can actually see his eyes. You can see the shine of his eyes. Like it's the situation with it. And like the river is like a thing that is washing you from, but it can be anything really. It's just like a concept.
Yeah, no, I love that. I love that sketch that you had in your notebook. It's so interesting to see how actually the concept stayed with you and it has developed, and now it's in the digital realm. But that's interesting to see how that image has somehow built on the story that you've created a while ago, and it stayed with you for a while, and then you let it back out and into the river. So that's an interesting story. Yes. I want to now ask Kitty, and I'm going to share your work on non-origin. Who are your influences? And I'm going to show you my screen now so that people can see your work. And yes, here we go. Let me go on to your page. So you can also find the collaboration here. But yes, I was interested to know more about your inspiration. So I'm just going to go through some of the work you have here.
Oh, this is beautiful.
What does inspire you?
Oh, this one is with Caroline. She did so. I don't know how to explain, but like obviously every time I open these collabs and it's always like opening a Christmas present because it's like, wow, look at that. It's like, and I've not.
Wow, yeah.
So I sent them like a lady with no story or identity, and then they come back with, and I'm always shocked because they come back with this. It's like their own. You can really see like the kind of culture as well that somebody exists in, like when they send it back, and like it's not. I obviously feel Cindy talking about this piece because this is obviously a lot of it is Caroline's story on that.
Mm-hmm. And in terms of the inspiration you have from creating those bodies, can you tell us more about what does it inspire you, or is there any artist that you're looking at that creates that inspiration or narratives?
I've actually got, just in case, I thought maybe in case we'll have to got some like little visual things. I don't know if you can see them, but like some of my favourite artists, like I have loads of books on artists, but I don't know if you can guess this lady.
Let's see.
This is Louise Bourgeois. So she's like,
yes,
explores the body, the object. This was She Fox, I think. So it's like the body with the animal legs and things like that. So that's Louise Bourgeois. I love her so much. And then I'm also inspired by like, I've got a book by Paula Rego. So it's actually just so.
Oh yeah, I love Paula Rego.
A signed Paula Rego sticker.
Oh my
god!
So cool.
I'm jealous right now.
But no, I love her for telling stories. So some inspiration because she obviously like her work made by she looked into stories and things, and then obviously like she did. I loved The Dog Women by Paula Rego. And actually in here, just by accident, it's actually like a little Francis Bacon.
Yeah, I guess that's relevant too.
Francis Bacon.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
I can see some.
My partner.
Some trait of that.
Print. It's actually signed as well by Francis Bacon. Look at that.
Oh my god! I can't believe you have these works.
I do collect art as well.
Oh my god, this is so
cool! You're shocking me here tonight.
I love Francis Bacon.
Oh my god, I can't believe it.
And one of the more contemporary artists who I'd say my fine art practice is closer, maybe related to is, I don't know if you've heard of Athena Papadopoulos. But really explores like the body and things like that. So that, if you want to look at anyone, that's who I love at the minute, who's contemporary.
Wow.
What? Linda the book, I can't pronounce her name very well though, but I love her sculptures as well.
Wow. Wow. I feel like we have so much in common.
Wow.
It's wonderful. Oh, these are the things I love hearing, when I go onto this live chat with people, like learning from what people like and what inspires them to create. That is so amazing. Gabby, tell us, who are your inspirations? I have to know now.
I derive a lot of inspiration from literature and movies. And so from Sylvia Plath to Shakespeare and just like general literature guides that I read in my university, and movies like Love is Pleasure by Sion Sono and Mika that I mentioned her earlier, and from other painters and artists. I'm a huge fan of Katsuhiro Tomo, that is the author from Akira, and Francis Bacon. Oh my god, just like the way he paints really inspires me too. And another Brazilian painter that's called João Ruas. He does like this more illustration. It's like in canvas too. So I like him a lot. And I don't know, a lot of movies and things that I watch, and another crypto artist, and I don't know to name it from my mind right now, but like a lot of inspirations from Kitty, I can recognize and find him so interesting. I don't know a lot of art history and things like that, so it's more like pop inspired, I think.
Yeah, references from like real life experiences. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And something that, really surprised me when I was talking to you, Gabby, last night is that you've only been into the crypto space for like a few months, right?
Yeah. Yeah, a few months ago, like it was in July, I think that I minted my first artwork.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not.
How does it feel to have your work on crypto and, to have your community and to people that like your work? And same goes to you, Kitty. I don't know for how long you've been in the community or learning about crypto space.
Yeah, for me, it's been totally crazy, and like sometimes I have to ask my boyfriend if this is happening. Like this is happening. This because it's just so unbelievable. It's so I never thought this was going to happen, but yeah, it's just like crypto time is like 100 times like faster than real life. So if you just get out of Twitter like from 2 hours, like years, it's just like so many things happen. And
True,
that's my
true. Switch off for like an hour and anything can happen.
Yeah, like the world goes.
It's like the navigator with spaceship where he goes up inside.
Yeah.
Like years.
That's so true. Right. So I'm just telling everyone watching live, if you do have any more questions, please send them through now because we've got a few minutes left for our behind the screens with Kitty and Gabby. But I felt this was so exciting to get to know you guys and to learn more about your collaboration. And before we go, I just want to remind everyone that this is currently on non-origin and you guys are planning to keep it up for how long? Have you decided yet, or what's the plan?
Or
maybe you don't need to reveal. You don't need to reveal.
We're both actually really indecisive, aren't we? We can't decide what we're going to do. Like, we was actually really going to accept it with that.
Yeah.
Because that's how we come out. And then that happened another day. So
yeah, we were like gonna accept that, and like Kitty sending me a message like was like 3 in the morning here, I think, and I was with insomnia, and I was like, oh my god, I can't believe it, that never been.
These messages you get at 3 a.m.
Yeah, I jumped
about crypto. Yes, yeah. I've got a couple of questions for you guys before we go, and one comes from Lulu asking, it's not a boring question, it's actually really interesting. I want to know more about software and hardware. Did tech interfere in the collab? Interesting question. Yes, it is. Because tech sometimes it can be very unpredictable and not always reliable as we think. So were there any sort of, problems, roadblocks?
Not for me. I mean, I was worried obviously about, because I tend to do mine pretty large size, but I was wondering whether they're going to get across, like, because I tend to send them through email, wondering if he was going to get over because they were pretty big.
Yeah, me too. I didn't have any problem. I just put it in Photoshop and just draw it.
Good. Happy days. Well, yes, that's great. And Moksara is asking, who else would you like to collaborate with? No pressure.
Well, no pressure. I don't know. Like everyone, I have a Google Doc with everyone I promised to collab. So it's gonna take a while to do. So everyone is invited to collaborate with me. Just hit me a DM and we can talk about it. I just don't have I can promise it's gonna be fast because I don't have much time.
You have a long list. And Kitty, what about you? Do you have bookmarks saved as well for people that you love to collaborate with?
you should ask that question, because I really wanted to ask Moxara actually to tattoo a lady.
Wow, so we can do this live. We can ask
Oh
Moxara
my.
live.
This is gonna be
Are you up
amazing.
for it?
Moxara.
Marks, you'll have to give us an answer now. You've got 5 minutes.
There's a few people I would love to tattoo a lady, but I think some of it's the fear of asking and being rejected. So if you do want to tattoo a lady or things like that, or collaborate on something else, just reach out and ask me on Twitter.
Yeah.
And
Will do. Fantastic. Yes. Well, oh yes, we got an answer. We got an answer.
Oh!
Yay! We made it happen.
Wow, this is gonna be amazing.
So now we know what's gonna be coming up next. Awesome. Well, guys, I really loved this conversation with you, and getting to know you is just been awesome. Really, thank you so much for making the time tonight. And I know, showing ourselves on screen is not always easy, but I appreciate it so much that I got these opportunity to meet you. And thank you to everyone watching. That so many of you, so many great questions. So thank you guys, and thank you to the Non-Origin team for putting together this awesome behind the screen series. So everyone, if you're interested in this wonderful work, please go and check it out. It's now Non-Origin, and I'll let Gabby and Kiri decide when the work will be finally meeting a collector. So yes, if you guys want to share any thoughts as we conclude, I'm just sharing here some more comments from the audience. And yes, thank you everyone for being here tonight. It's been
Thank you, guys. I just wanted to say thank you, Serena. Thank you, Kitty. Thank you, Non-Origin. Thank you, everyone. It's great to be here. It's great to meet you too.
And yes, and we need to remind everyone that this is the first time you actually meet each other.
Yeah. We was like on Twitter and messaging, and we was like, let's just pretend we're going to Costa or Starbucks and have a coffee. It's fine.
I hope someday we can do it. Like, just grab a coffee.
Here you go. Yes, it'll be nice. It'll be nice. Well, it's been great, guys. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy the rest of the day, Gabby and Kiri. Have a good night, and thank you everyone for being here tonight, and have a wonderful rest of the day or evening or night. Thank you so much. See you soon.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.